If you have any questions, you can do it. Otherwise, we have our next speaker, Professor Dr. Jelena. If you have any questions, you can do it. Otherwise, we have our next speaker. We would like to move to Dr. Professor Jelena.
Hello.
Thank you, doctor. Welcome, Dr. Jelena.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Dr. Jelena. Dr. Jelena is from Russia. She is an international speaker, researcher, and she have several research papers in national and international journal. Along with this, she is supervisor of a few PhD students. Now we have Dr. Jelena from Russia. Welcome.
Yes, please. I'm starting.
Yeah. We will share your presentation.
Your presentation to you.
Okay, we will share now.
Yes. Good morning, good day, good evening, dear ladies and gentlemen, guests of honor. I have a special thanks for the invitation to be keynote speaker, and I send my warm greeting of the organizer of this Rohan Institute of Higher Education International Seminar on research methods and technique. Education International is very important. Vice Academic Department, Research and Development, Organizer, Moderator, Professor Dr. Irfan Ullah, Head of Research of Development. I'm Jelena Academician, University Full Professor, a prominent science, global educator, winner of numerous international awards for education and scientific excellence. With particular, please, my presentation please, Professor.
Okay, Doctor, we will share now.
With particular pleasure and scientific academic honor, I will present my lecture as a scientist, where I enthusiastically divide my time to scientific research work with scientific time and development their passion toward the intellectually evolved profession of scientist and university professor with a wide range of knowledge and education. Throughout my rich career, I was the mentor 110 master theses and 14 doctoral dissertation. Since I am a career scientist and university professor, I have not read my presentation for years. Thank you, you understanding my presentation. My topic today, research paper writing. I will show a short segment of my topic because it is the most complex part, research method and technique. Based in scientific research work and flow of research. In every scientific research paper, there are several stages of scientific research. We can observe the stage in scientific research work in a broader and numerous sense. The stage of research work in a broader sense include idea for solving a scientific problem, general equivalence in science and practice about the problem, work plan for problem solving, application of scientific literature in the problem, critical analysis of bibliographic data, choice of working hypothesis, processing the work plan, the program, providing the working hypothesis, literature study, experiment, interpretation of the results, making conclusion, publishing the results. The classic research process, research procedure, or stage of scientific research in narrow sense include establishing fact based on previous knowledge, observing and define a scientific problem, seeking of hypothesis and theory to explain the fact of still unknown phenomena, creation of research plan for data collection and data classification, and data collection, checking or verification of the assurance of hypothesis and theory of the practical application of that knowledge, data processing, interpretation of results, experience of the hypothesis or its rejection, and after completed scientific research, fundamental research, and medicine science presentation and publication of the results, and same and apply development and apply research practice. Namely, posing a scientific problem, formulation of the hypothesis testing, confirmation or verification hypothesis in science, in methodological process of forming judgment is used that is making conclusions based on established fact. Research in this procedure goes through several stages: observation and define a scientific problem, setting a hypothesis, development research plan of the collection, the processing, interpretation of results, hypothesis verification or hypothesis rejection, presentation of research results. What a scientific problem! It represents the first stage in the scientific research procedure. The problem is part of the create related surround use events, condition of the like, or take place in the economy, information technologies, especially today, artificial intelligence society, nature, microorganism, the organism or plant, animal that is people and manifests itself to form various processes and phenomena. Most often, the problem is what we know, what I see, and feel as such, which is most the consequence of the action of some unknown factor. What we don't usually the factor cause of the problem, the mechanism through which cause emergence of the problem. Synthetic of hypothesis in scientific work represent and trial stage scientific research procedure is very important hypothesis. Development as a research plan for data collection, introduction to providing the hypothesis, writing and type scientific report. After the scientific research is completed, fundamental researches and technical researches, the results are published. The results are, or they are applied, development, apply research in practice. Writing a report, the fourth stage, scientific and apply research. Every research is obligation to inform the professional and rest of the public about about thesis, doctoral dissertation, scientific paper, etc. Scientific publication graduate is basis way communication among research in the world, communication in the scientific public, and every research work must with a publication and international acceptance. Structure a scientific work article. Every scientific paper has our structure, chapter parts, component and elements. The structure of the scientific paper consists of title, abstract, keywords, introduction, material and methods, result discussion, conclusion, literature, reference, encouragement, outer statement, and attachment. In addition, basic structure according to Amarate formula, introduction, material and methods, results and discussion, which is required for original paper. This is the title page. Author and keywords are also important for scientific paper. The cover page contains the title of the work, the name or name of the author, the name or address of the institution, work with the done, and the name and address of the author with responsible core or correspondence related of the work. Keywords are written below the text on the abstract and very important to indexing the article and other research and identify the journal which work to publish. It's necessary to specifically 5-10 words in short expression, the best reflected in contained article, and their collection is made according to point to literature wins the reflect on the content. The article, in addition above, different journal have different proposition for writing and publishing paper, which should represent title of scientific paper. The paper most noticeably and readable part of the tag. The characteristic of good headline are that they remember to provide a reader tank. Contribution is knowledge, our experience, contribution, the examination, etc. Many journals also ask for short title about 15 characters, their working definitive title, etc. Is a hypothesis that is presented in a research paper is an assumption for the solution of the part of the problem. That connection of assumed cause and their consequence, and aid the work to answer the question from hypothesis. Material and methods of scientific work, material and methods. The material and methods represent part scientific work which must be described briefly and clearly, but very precisely and correctly. It is necessary to describe precisely data with working the method of work. The material and method must writing which enable the reproducibility of experiment, that is processing of data by other researchers. It most clearly defined is the experimental group and with control group with treatment were there. Experiment is this chapter. This chapter is written the past tense because it describes procedure. Procedure has already been carried out. Results, scientific work results. They represent of a special part or chapter, scientific paper, the results are presented in accordance with the set hypothesis and the material, and methods work is considered this part scientific work most important because so show results research work, which is the main purpose, question, introduction, scientific paper are given. When presenting the results, results of work, the should to be raised a logical order of perspective. Please, statistic graphically table and graphic should be explained to text market according the rule and marketing team. Discussion of scientific work. The discussion of the scientific work represent a significant part. The scientific work in began the repetition and finding from the results. Results which are most important, providing hypothesis given introduction work in paragraph. Conclusion of the scientific work. The conclusion of scientific work present very significant part scientific work, bring in mind, practice, contain and the sentence and conducted the goal and work in response to the goal work. They are final short and clear answer of the goal hypothesis work. They are presented in the outer final option, the wider statistically significant results of the work. Literature reference. Literature is a chapter, a scientific paper, which is listed and paper on continued research which were paper correct citation in literature and great importance because it presents the sources of data. On the other hand, our article will also cite and serve as sources that someone is great importance that work and listed correctly different. References are listed in the order which they are pretext and listed according the Bill Rule L literature. Appearance is in the very clear biography, table and numeral according, citation literature, critiquing literature and standardization method, and presenting our chapter idea, writing scientific paper in an unique way that identify their sources. Literature and editor, they present a paper very similar and size and abstract of the original short clear consists original scientific paper usually up to 15 words. Scientific words. Thank you. Thank you very much. My lecture is that's okay. The end of my presentation, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, the presentation.
Thank you, doctor, for your kind presentation.
I work. I speech characteristic of research. Please. Thank you very much. Today,
Thank you.
my presentation. Thank you very much. Stay good. Bless you, God. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Professor Jelena, for your kind presentation. But the main problem was that you had the options to share your presentation. Yeah, the way of delivery, and here we have changed the slide. There was little bit difference. Otherwise, the presentation was very well. From audience, if you have any questions, you can do it from Professor Dr. Jelena. She is the most senior professor in Russia. Now she has also several PhD students in her supervisions. If you have any questions from Dr. Jelena, you can do it. Otherwise, we have a next speaker from Oman, Dr. Ali Said Al Misri.
May I ask a question, sir?
Yeah, sure, you may ask.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, doctor, for the great presentation. My question is about the hypothesis. Is it important to have hypothesis in all type of the research, or there is some exemption or some maybe some type of research does not have to have hypothesis? What's your comment on that point? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jelena. Did you get the questions from our participant?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your invitation. Thank you.
Dr. Jelena, did you get the questions? Dr. Jelena, can you hear us?
It's okay, sir. Maybe she didn't get the question.
Have you question? Have you question for me?
Yeah. The question is for you.
Yes. What question?
Thank you, ma'am, for the presentation. My question was, is it important to have hypothesis in all type of the research, or some exceptions are there? Thank you.
My research program is this year. This year, I scientific I work experiment in biotechnological science, nature science, genetics, and plant breeding and biotechnology is this year's program. My team, I work. My team experiment plants plants with I much travel international program program with program I match international project USA, Europe, ICARDA Syria, and Rockefeller Foundation, etc. Thank you very much for question.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor, for your kind answer. But it depends on a different type of research. If there is need some hypothesis, you will test the hypothesis. And the most of research, you will mention the research question, research hypothesis combinedly. But it depends according to a different field. Like here in economics, we are mentions some research models. And if we would like to move to some social science research, and the most of you will see research hypothesis, and the most of research you will see research hypothesis in research question.
Yes.
It depends on the nature of research, and also it depends according to the researcher, to which way the researcher would like to move their research according to their research proposal. Thank you. I hope the question will be answered. Thank you. Now